Just after 3 o'clock, meteorologist Ryan Breton with you here on News Center Maine Plus with an update on the storms that have been moving through the state. And we just got this video in from Julie in Dover Foxcroft. That's some hail coming down around 1:30 this afternoon. There have been some thunderstorms that have produced hail and also in a few isolated locations some wind damage. But for a lot of us, it's just been heavy rain, thunder and lightning. And heading into the holiday weekend, a lot of people with outdoor plans today that have had to seek shelter as these storms roll through. There is a severe thunderstorm watch that remains in effect for all of Maine and New Hampshire until 6 o'clock this evening. We've had one line of storms that came in from New Hampshire around noon, and it's weakened considerably on the southern end. We had a quick thunderstorm go through the Portland area, pretty quick around Lewiston, Auburn too, but now the worst of the action is from right around Jefferson up through Bangor and into the Central Highlands and parts of Aroostook County. Behind this, though, there is another line forming. We'll have to see if this is able to hold together as it makes it into western Maine over the next couple of hours. So some of you, especially in Oxford County and perhaps parts of northwestern York County, could have another thunderstorm in a couple of hours, depending on how that line develops. Take a look at the amount of lightning here. This is a big part of the story. In just the last hour, we've had about 800 lightning strikes within this first line and this second line that's now coming in. Most of the lightning now shifting toward Penobscot Bay and eastern Maine at the moment. So you can see that there is some sun that breaks out here in northern New Hampshire and western Maine, and maybe this line will be able to juice up a little bit. So there may be another thunderstorm to come, even though you're getting a break right now. So let's get you up to speed on some of the latest storm reports that have come into the Weather Service. A lot of these are either hail or wind damage reports or wind gust reports. And you can see there are kind of two areas of them, one around the foothills in western Maine Lakes region, and then some of the hail reports. We showed you that video around Dover Foxcroft. Just to hone in on a couple of these, there was a wind gust of 44 miles per hour as that thunderstorm went through the Jetport. Another report of 55-mile-per-hour wind gusts just after noon when that line went through Denmark. And we have a couple of tree damage reports. Wires down in Freiburg, also a tree across a road, Parsonsfield Road in Limerick. That was about an hour and a half ago. A couple of other reports that have come in since. In Greenwood, Norway Fire reported a large tree down on power lines on Round the Pond Road in Norway. Again, that was about 12:40 this afternoon. And some hail reports too. This one just came in from Glenburn, about a ½ inch in diameter. And we showed you the video from Dover Foxcroft, which I believe is this report here, just under an inch diameter hail. That was that video that we sent to the Weather Service in Caribou. If you're watching from Cumberland and York counties, no storms now. You get a break. We'll have to see if that second line's able to make it. I'm guessing it can make it into the Lakes region. I'm not quite sure it'll make it to the coast, though. Even that first line kind of diminished along the coastline. Most of the action now moving north of Washington and headed right into Bangor. This is probably where the worst of the weather is in the state right now, right in the greater Bangor area. And we'll zoom you in here on the radar. We've got heavy rain, thunder, and lightning right around 95 from Newport to Carmel, Herman. This is just on the west end of Bangor. There may be some hail within here too. We have had some reports of hail, as you've seen, but we'll put the hail tracks up and sometimes you'll see some swaths. So yeah, there's that one swath with a little small hail around Glenburn, and then there is a bit more to the north with some of the thunderstorms that were going through Lincoln and Greenbush. Some small hail, but there is a little bit of that out there. A lot of thunderstorm action here now moving east of Lincoln. Greenbush, heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. This extends into southern Aroostook County and northern Washington County. The only warning we have in the state right now is for rural Piscataquis County, a flash flood warning there around some of the lakes, ponds, and mountains too. So again, not many people up in this region, although given it's a holiday weekend, there may be some people up there that ran into some of the downpours there a short time ago. And they're starting to get into this second line that's now forming around Jackman, Eustis just to the north of you, not quite into Rangeley or Kingfield yet, but you can see there is more developing in Coas County, New Hampshire. So that action is going to be sliding to the south and east. As we go forward in time, again, what we're watching is this second line. So right now, the worst of the weather is around Bangor and into southern Aroostook County. This will be moving into Hancock and Washington counties. We get a break in central and southern Maine, but we'll have to see if this line to the west is able to flare up with any sunshine. But at the moment, as of 3:05, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings. That said, you can see that these lines are producing a lot of lightning. So if you hear thunder, you'll have to head inside. Here is our high-resolution model, which updates every hour, and it does a pretty good job showing the break that we get over the next couple of hours in central and southern Maine. The first line continues to move over down East Maine, but we'll have to see if this second line is able to come together between about 4 and 6 o'clock. You may get another thunderstorm in western and southern Maine and up into the central highlands for that matter too. But after about 6 or 7 o'clock, this action will really start to weaken. So if you do have plans tonight, I know there are some fireworks shows, the chance for lightning will be much lower. There could be a couple of lingering showers, but you see they're widely scattered on here. So you just have to be ready for a little bit of rain this evening. I wouldn't cancel any plans over it, but if you hear thunder, you've got to head indoors because lightning's nothing to mess around with. And we don't issue, or I should say the Weather Service doesn't issue warnings for lightning. Warnings only issued for damaging wind gusts of at least 60 miles per hour or hail of an inch in diameter or greater. But as you go through the night, we clear things out, and by tomorrow morning, it's comfortable, low humidity. We start with temperatures in the 50s to around 60 for the 4th. So we'll take a look at a couple of our live cameras. This is looking out from our tower camera in Portland. The sun trying to break back out after that first storm that went through here. Looking toward Portland Headlight, looks like the sun is shining there. There are some boats back in Casco Bay. Bar Harbor, the sun is out. You haven't had much action around MDI yet, but some of that action is headed your way. And as we mentioned, the worst storm in the state is just to the west of Bangor. Doesn't look like we have much other than some dark clouds downtown over the river right now, but to the west and north of Bangor, there is more significant action coming through right now. So that is the update as of 3 o'clock. We'll be with you for News Center Maine at 4, 5, and 6. We'll have updates on the storms then. And remember, if you have any pictures or videos, feel free to share them with us using the Near Me section of our app. That's where we got that video from Dover Foxcroft. Or you can send us an email, weather@newscentermaine.com. We'll see you in just a bit.